Well, thank you all for being here. You may or may not know, but my name is Desiree Dickerson, and I am CEO of THNDR Games. Is there a way that this works? No? No? Okay. Can someone help me with the slides, please? Oh, wait. Oh, shoot. Okay. Anyways, so at THNDR, our mission is onboarding the world to Bitcoin through games. And we're actually doing one hell of a job at this. So right now, we have 6 games in the App Store and Google Play, and we have millions of downloads. And 80% of our users are totally new to Bitcoin. That means that these people are coming, they're playing our games, finding them organically, and they're winning tiny amounts of Bitcoin for the first time. And this is really that gateway drug that allows them to fall down the rabbit hole. And we're doing such a good job that 3% of the recent growth of the Lightning Network is coming from THNDR. And yes, thank you. And this is actually larger than the network activity from Nostr combined. So what's next? So we do 2 things at THNDR. We build for our users, and we build a good damn business. So in doing that, we talk to our users. And we also think about, okay, what can we do with Bitcoin? We don't want to build with Bitcoin just for the sake of building something with Bitcoin. We want to use Bitcoin to solve real-world problems, to solve business problems, and to fill gaps in the market. So that's what we've done. And recently, a year ago, we asked our users, what more can we do? What more are you looking for? And they responded very strongly that they wanted additional social and competitive features. And this makes a lot of sense, given that we're spending more and more of our time online, and most of our interactions are happening virtually. So in order to do that, we, over the past 8 months, have launched a few features to kind of give the users what they want. First was leagues. So this is a leveling competitive play, very similar to Duolingo leagues. And then we launched avatars. This really kind of scratched the itch for a more personalized social layer to the games. And then we most recently launched duels, which is player versus player competitive play, really giving individuals the ability to compete head-to-head. So we've really done our best, but our players want more. And when they say they want more, what we've dug into and found is that our players want something that's more aligned with what is termed paid competitive gaming, or, sorry, I don't know if there's any questions. Seeing a lot of people in the audience. But anyways, this is paid competitive gaming. And this is very much a growing trend in the gaming space. So it's estimated to be a $16 billion industry next year alone. And we want to give the users what they want. So this type of gameplay is basically where users come and they play a game. Oftentimes they put some type of real world money on the line, and then they play, they win, and they more often than not win some type of real life currency or sometimes other types of rewards. So great. This is something, as you can see, if you've played like Solitaire Cash, I'm sure if you play our games, you've seen that disgusting ad. Bubble Arena is another one. They're not like awesome. Anyways, it is a growing industry. But then we wanted to kind of take a step back and be like, okay, this kind of sucks. So what else could we do? And that really brings us to a much larger market, which is online gambling, which most of you are familiar with. This is now a $95 billion industry, and this includes everything from not just the competitive gaming that we talked about, but also sports betting, online casinos, etc. So this is something that we've begun to look into. However, this just fucking sucks. I'm sorry, there's no better way to say it. And why does it suck? There is so much friction associated with the fiat rails in which these games operate. And why does it suck so bad? There's plenty of reasons. but just a few, there are cost-prohibitive entry fees. Most users globally cannot actually afford to participate in this type of gameplay because they're in developing nations or emerging markets, and putting $5 to $20 on the line just to get started is incredibly untenable. There are cash-out thresholds. Someone in my family plays a competitive solitaire game every night for hours, and she's never once in the past year been able to reach enough rewards to cash out. There's slow withdrawals, we'll get into that, and then the KYC onboarding process is horrendous. You practically have to sacrifice your newborn and, sell your soul to the devil just to get an account open. It's insane. Then, on the other side of the coin, we have games developers and game studios. They really love competitive gaming because it's a new way to monetize mobile games, especially in this type of environment where there's uncertain policy updates in the App Store and just a lot of kind of craziness happening in development platforms such as Unity. So what do we do about this? And I just want to go over a few more recent examples of why this entire genre sucks, is because one is risk. If you're familiar, stake.com is one of the largest online casinos. They do crypto casinos, sports betting, etc. Just last month, literally just last month, they lost $41.3 million of customer funds because of a vulnerability in their hot wallet. These users put their money up, and it was lost. And honestly, this is a legitimate site. Drake advertises for them. So it's just insane to see this level of negligence happening at scale. Here are just a few others. You can find these anywhere if you've ever played FanDuel's DraftKings Skills. Unnecessary obstacles taking forever. Your withdrawal's approved. It's mysteriously canceled for no reason. You don't hear back from support. Skills alone, which if you're not familiar is competitive gaming, 4 to 6 weeks for a withdrawal. I know I've heard individuals who are on some sports betting platforms winning thousands of dollars, and it taking between 6 to 8 weeks just to receive funds, which is insane. And then on top of having to pay incredibly high rake, which you're going to have to pay a rake, but why do you have to pay extra fees? It's literally almost as bad as some of these airlines. We have processing fees, account maintenance fees. It's insane. And then not to mention the cringe-worthy onboarding process. Literally, it's a emoji with a $ in its tongue. Okay, boomer. All right, so let's just literally make it stop. This is awful. So today, I am so stoked to announce to the world Clinch. Clinch is a non-custodial, peer-to-peer, instantaneous wagering API built on the Bitcoin Lightning Network. Clinch is the future of limitless wagering. Whoop. Let's see if the video works. I don't think it's going to work, but that's okay. So what does Clinch mean? Now, limitless wagering is available to everyone. So this eliminates the need for intermediaries. What does that mean? Depositless wagers. You're probably used to signing up for a platform, an app, and putting your funds into that app or platform, or maybe their shady wallet, just in order to get started. With Clinch, users just go and play a match, and their funds don't actually leave them until they've won or lost a match. There are no minimum or maximum wagers. That's very common. With Clinch, you can wager as little as 1 Satoshi. So again, 1 Satoshi, almost anyone in the world can participate in this type of gameplay. Max wagers, I would love for anyone, the big whales in the audience, to start placing some $100,000 million wagers. We're willing to try it out, although Jack here might kill me. No cost-prohibitive entry fees, and my favorite is that this is borderless. Again, the majority of our users could never participate in this type of competitive gameplay because of borders. Similarly, games developers like ourselves could never have a global reach with this product because of the border restrictions of the traditional fiat rails. So how does it work? It's really centered on this concept of a double escrow contract. Each one is called a clinch contract. So in order to engage in a wager, the users, in order to engage in a wager, there are two contracts that are set up. Each contract represents an outcome of the wager. So in this case, we have Alice, the famous Alice and Bob. These contracts are routed through the clinch node, and when the wager is about to happen, funds are paid to an invoice. However, the funds are held dependent on a condition, the condition being the outcome of the wager. Now, in this scenario where Bob wins, the contract in which Bob was to pay Alice is canceled, and the contract in which Alice was to pay Bob is executed and funds are transferred. If you want to get into it more, Jack is here. We're happy to talk, and we're putting out a blog shortly about it. And today, because at Thunder, we don't announce shit without shipping shit. And so today, for folks who are at the conference and some individuals on our wait list, we are opening up early beta access. And right now, it's desktop only, but you can play with Alby and Wallet of Satoshi. We are adding more wallets, but right now, get your Lightning address from those, and you can start playing immediately. The future really looks like in the next week or so, we will release matchmaking so you can play with not only your friends, but anyone in the world. I've been playing with individuals in the Republic of Georgia, as well as Lagos, all over the place. And then you will see this going mobile. You'll see it in our games. You'll see it in other games. And more importantly, all of the early business partners that we're working with, you'll be able to engage with their games and other really fun use cases. So with that, it should be clinch.gg. I think there's formatting, but it's cute. We're humble. With that, I really encourage you all to go to clinch.gg, try out the code Amsterdam. If you can't remember this or you don't snap a picture, come and find me. I have some sexy little cards that I can hand out that will tell you more about that. But please go and try it out, test it, love it, break it, hate it, do all of the things with it, and please tell us what you think, because again, we build for our users and we build for our community, and we build to burn down industries that are handcuffed by the fiat system. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, Miami, for the last 3 years in this amazing city. The whole world shut down, but Miami welcomed us with open arms. We want to show Bitcoin to the whole world. We are taking the conference on the road to set the stage for Bitcoin in a new city. Nashville. Bitcoin 2024 is coming to Nashville in Tennessee, a city that is known as a music and freedom city. Bitcoin 2024 in Nashville from July 25th to 27th.